Alright, we're back, and we're back. Now we're on the other side, a little bit closer to the edge. We got this thing. It says Vancouver Convention Center, the team that made it. Think of construction as a sport whose players work in teams, only they're not competing. Everyone is shooting for the same goal, and if one team falls behind, the goalposts move further away into the uncertain future. The rules of the game are natural laws of gravity, stress, and weather that never change. That apply to everyone, and if you break a rule, there are penalties, something falls or fails, or someone goes to the hospital. This building is a monument to teamwork. It was built by champions. Trades under contract 144, structural steel in tons 18,000, lumber placed end to end in kilometers 52, workers at peak of construction 850, days lost and injuries none, fatalities none. Cheers, yay, no fatalities, love that. So many buildings have been constructed in so many countries and have resulted in tragic accidents, injuries, and fatalities, so it's interesting. Alright, here's a seawall. Many stories, one story. The panels on the seawall around the Convention Center West tell many stories and one story. True stories, each one a piece of working history. Some stories connect in a series, others stand in pairs or alone, but they all add up to one story about people who dared to venture to what was, for them, the most remote corner of the earth, who carry with them their skills, their families, their languages, and their prejudgments, who, having left behind everything that was familiar, were open to something new. Remember, for all but First Nations, everything was new. The forests, the animals, the sheer size of the place. Pushed by nature, they became more inventive. Despite conflicting interests, they learned from other cultures and in the process learned respect. In a remarkably short time, these not-so-common people laid the foundation for the culture of innovation, education, tolerance, and common human decency we strive for today. It wasn't easy. Yeah, because humans suck, right? I'm just saying. Birds are cool, though. What the fuck is this blue thing? We gotta go find that blue thing. Oh, there's another thing. Alright, well, we'll read this one too. Shit. Let me scooch out a little bit. Pushing the limits. Towering behind the convention center stands the most famous building in Vancouver. I'm gonna wait for that. Hey, we're live. I'm not editing this. That is a jet ski. Okay, back to it. Towering behind this convention center stands the most famous building in Vancouver, once the tallest building in the British Empire and one of the great Art Deco buildings in the world, comparable to the Chrysler Building in New York. Perched on a bluff on the water's edge before the railway tracks were built, the Marine Building was designed to resemble a huge ornate crag encrusted with starfish, crabs, and other marine life, topped by a flock of Deco Canada geese. In 1929, Mayor W.H. Malkin blew a golden whistle, and BC's building trades competed and excelled in the competition for ever higher towers. By completion, it cost $2.3 million. Then, Wall Street crashed. The Depression hit and offices stayed empty. The building's opulence frightened people, though rents were reasonable. Briefly under consideration for the new City Hall, the deal collapsed and the Marine Building sold for a third of its cost. The daring, innovative developers lost their shirts. The city gained a landmark. I guess that makes up for it, sure. Let's continue. There's a bunch of little shops and commercial places to go. Oh my gosh, another one. Here we go. I did not know that these were here. You can tell this is live. My gosh. First Nation, First Union. Workers from the Squamish Nation have worked as longshoremen in Broad Inlet since the 1860s. Despite what the name might imply today, Indian gangs were universally admired for the speed with which they could load and turn around a lumber ship. Well, unions and gang members kind of go hand in hand in history, but anyways. Employers traded tales of the skill and stamina of native crews hired from their home reserves as specialists, side runners, hatch tenders, and donkey men. What a name. A connection developed between the Squamish leadership in North Vancouver and the work on Burrard Inlet. Chief Joe Capilano worked as a foreman on the docks. God damn it. Wait for it. Chief Joe Capilano worked as a foreman on the docks, which helped pay for a trip to England and an audience with Edward VII of England to discuss land claims. In 1906, Squamish longshoremen established the first union on the Burrard docks, Local 526 of the Industrial Workers of the World. They met in a hall on the reserve. Despite its First Nations leadership and its informal title, the Bows and Arrows, members included Englishmen, Chileans, and Hawaiians. And there you got the picture of them. Alright, moving on. Damn. I don't think there's any more. Okay, there are. Damn it. This is more educational than I thought it would be, to be honest.
But not one size fits all. We all know that one size does not fit all.
Taking it to Ottawa. We do it again. All right. On the tracks east of the convention center began the On to Ottawa trek, one of the greatest labor protests in Canadian history. During the Great Depression in the 1930s, 30% of the labor force was out of work. 1 in 5 Canadians depended upon government relief for survival. Sound familiar? Ottawa established military-style work camps for unemployed homeless men. That's nice. Poor food and back-breaking work for as little as 20 cents a day led one worker to describe these camps as civilized slavery. In 1935, 1,500 striking camp residents gathered in Vancouver demanding better conditions. When officials failed to respond, 1,000 strikers vowed to confront the Prime Minister demanding work and wages. They boarded freight cars on the National Railway, completed in 1885 and stretching across Canada. But the On to Ottawa trek never made it. In Regina, police, on orders from Ottawa, blocked the strikers from reboarding the trains. Instead, 8 men were sent to Ottawa to meet with the Prime Minister. Nothing happened. Meanwhile, in Regina, RCMP squads moved in to arrest strike leaders, resulting in a bloody confrontation that left 1 policeman dead and many trekkers injured. Prime Minister Bennett was defeated in the next election and the hated camps were closed. And all was well in the world after that. Or in the country. The Battle of Ballantine Pier. I'm not even gonna. I don't care about war. It's not that I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not celebrating it. Good for them. Hate it. Moving on. You're getting a better view. Oh my gosh. It's like throughout the whole thing. It's like this is a fucking educational thing. I'm just gonna let you read it and I'll read it later. I'm just so over reading. Alright, we'll read that later. Both of us. Let's continue. You're hearing birds that I've been hearing this whole time. They're very lovely. I love them. They don't do much. They just make a lot of noise. But they're cool. I like these birds. Continuing to this blue thing. Whatever that blue thing is. Let's find out. There's the blue thing. Sure, it has a name. Let's find out. It must be an art installation or something. Alright. I don't see anything about it. It's just a blue thing. I don't know. Somebody made a blue thing and they put it there. Can't tell you what it is. It looks kind of like an eyedropper thing. No. It looks like, what does it look like? Oh man, I had a thing that it looked like, but I can't remember. Like a turkey baster or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Who knows? Anyway, moving on. Blue thing. How exciting. There's a panorama. Blue thing again. I think this is going to be the longest vlog yet. There's a lot of places you can drink and stuff. So that's cool for some people. I'm not going to go all the way around. Well, maybe I will actually. Fuck it. I'll do it live. Not with you though. I think you have better things to do than walk around with me. Canada Place. But anyway, yeah, it's a beautiful view, beautiful day, beautiful birds, not in my way. We learn more. I don't know if we can even see this one, it's so dark. Sure we can. We can do this. We'll just up the brightness on that one. Now we're gonna hear some background noise, some helicopters, a specific one up there. I don't know what that's about. Oh, almost missed this one. I read that wrong at first. I'm like, wow, Canada? Just kidding. All right, we'll do a couple more. I'm not gonna make this more than 15 minutes, don't worry. I might even just cut it off at exactly 15 just to be a dick. That's what I do. There's a lot of places you can walk. It's a very walkable city. It's next to the sea. It's nice. I don't know if I recommend coming in the April month or in March. Definitely not in March, because I really lucked out, to be honest. It was not supposed to be this nice. I mean, normally it is not this nice, so it's shit. It's really rainy, really just not fun. Fall is better. Summer, I guess. It's just not a great time to go, but I got to go and I'm very happy to be here. And I seem to luck out in these instances of when I go to things, go to places like Europe and whatnot. I'm really looking forward to reading all of this later. I'm sure it's very informative. Bird! Where'd it go? I don't know, but it's there. I can't see it, but it's there. Fuck it, I am gonna cut it off at 15. You just watch me. We're basically done anyway. Have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.